No, I am not going to stop until Michelle beats these charges.
When Pilar was on the stand, she said that Carmen shot the first shot,
Yes.
and then somehow Vanessa got involved.
Well, the judge dismissed Pilar's testimony because she was considered to be unstable. But if her instability was caused by what she witnessed that night, namely that Carmen had something to do with Ben's death, or God forbid Vanessa did, I am going to uncover it.
I know you will. Michelle is lucky to have you as a lawyer.
Words from an unbiased third party. Huh?
A woman who loves you and knows you're a good man.
Listen, I'm going to call David, see if there's been any word about Michelle. Excuse me.
Harley? Hey. Hey, how did I not notice you sitting over there?
Maybe your concentration was elsewhere?
Something about that man turns Philip into Mr. Confrontation Guy.
Well, I know that Edmund is not the nicest of men, but why does Philip hate him so much?
That's what I'd like to know.
So tell me, I want to know about this, Prince Edmund.
What do you want to know?
Is he as dashingly debonair and darkly dangerous as he appears from afar?
Why?
Just curious.
Why the curiosity and the alliteration?
Just wondering. Has he ever fallen in love with some beautiful spy from the East, something like that?
You are scoping him out to be a character in one of your new books.
Well, you have to admit, The Dark Prince, it's pretty good.
Anyway, don't get up. Not that you were going to. I'm going to go talk to Philip for a minute.
Okay.
I'm not going back to that table. Don't make me. Together, the two of them scare me.
Oh,
What? Harley's with Blake, so it looks like the two of us are going to have lunch.
oh, I'm sorry. I was taking care of some business. I guess she got lonely.
How are things?
How are things? Different than I ever imagined they could be.
Yes. How's Lizzie feeling today?
She's actually doing great, considering.
She's proving herself to be quite the kid, isn't
No,
she?
Ross. I'm so proud of her. Just see the way she's fighting this thing. She just refuses to let it get to her.
And you?
I have my moments.
I haven't been around much for you, but like always, I've been thinking about you and what it must be like to watch your daughter going through chemotherapy.
I think it's been brutal on everybody. Beth and I are just trying to get through it one day at a time.
And how's Beth holding up?
She's actually doing very well. You know, it's a big strain on her with the pregnancy and Lizzie.
Yeah. Jim is there for her, right?
Sorry. Yeah, Jim is there for her. I'm not sure that's such a good thing, but he's there.
What does that mean?
I overheard him the other day saying to Harley, "You'll love this." Well, you know, no matter what happens to Lizzie, it'll be okay because Beth's got a replacement on the way with this new baby.
You misunderstood. I couldn't possibly have meant that.
Actually, wait, it gets better. This is his latest idea. He wants Harley and me to be the new baby's godparents.
You would be the godfather of Beth's baby?
Yes.
Wow. Isn't that progressive?
Idiotic is actually the word that came to my mind. Yeah. Lizzie, like any child of divorce, already hopes that Beth and I will be getting back together someday. You know, I don't think that Beth and I need to be any more involved in each other's lives than we already are.
Yes, I can see how you'd feel that way.
I mean, it's stupid. It's stupid, and it's not healthy. You know, she's my ex-wife. How many exes do you know that are that involved in each other's lives?
It's unusual, but it's not unheard of.
Sound like a lawyer, Ross. You think it's a good idea?
Jim and Beth, they probably view it as this show of unity for Lizzie's sake. And all things considered, is that a terrible thing?
I am so sorry.
For what?
For listening to David, I started to doubt you. I know I said I wouldn't do that, but he did it. He made me doubt you. And I have no right to do that. I know you. I know that you would never lie to me about something like this, your heart. And I'm sorry.
Look, Drew.
Hey, Drew?
I'm really sorry to interrupt you guys, but I need to run a few more tests on Jesse just to make sure treatment's working.
Is he going to be okay?
Oh, yeah, he's going to be fine.
Yeah. Okay. You saved his life. Thank you.
Well, thank you.
Thank you.
I'm just glad I could be here. to
Right,
help.
how long until he can go home?
Well, like I said, I need to run a few more tests, but his strength is definitely coming back, and if his sinus rhythm returns to normal, he can go home tonight.
But you said his heart was damaged.
No, actually, his original EKG showed an irregularity, but there was no permanent damage.
Well, is there medication that he should take?
Not right now. Actually, my advice to you, Drew, is that Jesse gets 3 to 4 days of uninterrupted rest. It's very important. You can handle that, can't you, Jesse?
Yeah, I think so.
Good. I'll be back in a few minutes because you and I need to talk about a few more things, okay?
Is Rick a good doctor?
Yeah, sure he is.
You trust him?
Yeah, why wouldn't I?
You had a heart attack. You know, you almost died. I don't think that he's taking it seriously enough. I think that we should get a second opinion.
Well, that's interesting news. Yeah, sounds like we might be moving right in on Danny and Michelle. Yeah, I'll check it out. Thanks.
Well, I happen to believe in Ray. And I believe that he's going to come through for us.
Okay. Good. But there are other things that we need to consider.
Okay.
We might make it out of the country and make it to San Cristobal, but honey, we may never come up with the evidence that we need to clear your name.
I know that.
Pilar may never get better. And Vanessa may never come out of her coma.
Don't say that.
It's true, and we need to be prepared for that. We need to accept the fact that we may never be able to prove your innocence.
Danny, I know all of this. Why are you pointing out the negative?
Because you need to understand what you are getting yourself into. And you filed for divorce because you didn't want me to give up my life for you, right? Well, now it's the other way around. I forced you into that van. I made you stay here. When you wanted to go back, I turned you into a fugitive.
You saved me, and I'm free right now
Michelle,
because of you.
Michelle, if we can't clear your name, you can never come back to the States. Never. You can never come home again. And if you were ever to contact any of your relatives, that will put them at risk.
I can never see my family.
No. And you need to understand all the potential consequences before we do this. Because if you want, we can go back. You can go back to prison. You can continue to fight this. I can take the blame for the escape, and I can say that I forced you to run. I'm sure that Jesse and Rick would back me up on that.
No, absolutely not. You rescued me from that because you wanted to be with me, because we should be together, and I'm not going to ever regret that. I'm never going back to prison. I am never, ever going to leave you.
You understand that you'd be giving up your entire life here.
My life is with you. It always will be. Always.
All the publicity I did for One True Love, you know, all the interviews, it's just a bunch of bull. I'm a big phony.
You're not a phony. Your book was great.
No, it was great because I was going through hell. I was pregnant, I was alone, I was desperate, I was inspired. Now I'm positively blissful.
And that's a bad thing.
Good for me, bad for my art.
So what, you have to be miserable to be a good writer?
All good artists are tortured, Harley. Honestly, Ross and I are happy now. It's just, the well is dry.
Look around you, that's all.
Meaning?
Look at your friends. Look at Philip and I, for example. There's a story. Old friends who fall in love after surviving past failed relationships. Or Kathy, an ex-stripper who loses the love of her life only to find true love in the arms of a real-life prince.
Wait a minute. Stripper to palace. A royal romance. Oh, this is brilliant. Why didn't I think of this before? Harley, you're a genius.
Well, that's what I keep trying to tell everyone in my life.
How will I ever repay you for this one?
Well, you could make me a character.
You?
Well, there has to be a little room for, you know, the mysterious, fearless, sexy private investigator friend. But could you just make me a little bit taller?
Oh, yeah. Listen, I'm sure that Lizzie would be thrilled to have me be the godparent to this new child. I'm sure she would see that as the first step to Beth and me getting back together again.
Not necessarily. Lizzie is a very smart kid.
Yeah, but she's never gotten over us splitting up. No, she'd be thrilled. She would hold on to the dream of us getting back together. And then what happens in the long run when she's disappointed yet again?
Look, all I'm saying is that you shouldn't automatically rule it out.
Well, I disagree completely.
Look, if this is about you and Beth and residual feelings, forget about it.
Ross, there are no residual feelings.
Okay, well, if Harley and Jim don't have a problem with this arrangement, maybe you shouldn't either.
They don't have a problem with it because they don't know what they're talking about, Ross. There will be problems down the line. Trust me.
Okay.
Trust me.
Okay.
There will.
This is obviously your decision to make. I just think that you should talk it over with Harley.
I don't need to talk to Harley about it, Rose, because I'm not doing it. Period.
Philip, I'm sorry. I'm sorry if I overstepped my bounds.
You didn't. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to snap like that. I just don't think it's a good idea, Ross.
Okay, if you're uncomfortable with it, forget about it. Don't do it.
I am uncomfortable with it, and I'm not going to do it. It's just that simple. I don't want to be this baby's godfather.
Hey, Ross. Your wife is being hit by some brilliant inspiration, but I think you should take her home before she runs out of napkins.
Okay, far be it from me to get in the way of the artistic process. Blake, gather your napkins. I remain your loving uncle. If you need to talk to me, just call.
Call me later. Okay, okay.
See you.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
So how long were you listening while you were sitting there?
Long enough to hear what you said about being godparents.
Listen, I didn't tell you before.
No. I think I know exactly why you don't want to be godfather to Beth's baby.
I'm worried.
Well, don't.
I can't stop worrying.
Please, okay.
Look, when I heard
worry,
that all
okay?
the fights
Stop.
that we've been having just went away, all the problems we've been having went away, and I got really scared. I recognized how much I love you and how much I just don't want to take any more risks.
I love you too.
I know you do, and why can't we just go and be sure? I'm sorry, I'm being too pushy. Maybe it's my guilt. I feel a little guilty. I should have went with you. I should have went with you to that jail yesterday.
It's over with, okay? Forget
No, if
about it.
I was there, this wouldn't have happened.
No, don't blame yourself.
I do blame myself. I do. I love you so much. I just don't know what I would have done if you weren't here right now. I'm sorry for the way I've been treating you for the past few months, and I'm glad I got the chance to say it.
I love you too, Drew.
Let's move on. Let's get back together. I want you back in my life.
I'd like that.
You can move back into the loft, and I'll make sure that you get your rest. I'll make sure that you get your strength back. You can come home where you belong, and I'll take care of you. I promise. I promise.
You get everything? You got the passport?
Yep,
you got the
everything.
cash?
I just hope this fits.
I'm sure whatever it is, it's going to be fine.
Did you have any trouble?
Not really.
What about my mother? Was she at the house?
I ran into her briefly.
What happened? Did she suspect anything?
No, nothing for you to worry about. Now hurry up. We got to get you two
Sure.
out of here. Yeah.
You're getting into this, huh? Old habits die hard.
Yeah, right. Listen, there's some things I need to discuss before we make our next move.
This is going to be okay. This is going to be... okay.
Not bad.
An improvement. Okay, we're coming along. Hopefully you'll be a couple any parish will be proud of. May God bless you both.
Amen, let's go.
No, wait a second. I'll bring the car around. You guys wait here.
Just finished getting dressed.
Father Ray.
Detective Grant.
I'd ask you what you're doing here, but I guess I already know. You're here for Danny and Michelle, just like me.
You have your cell phone, right? Because I gave the sitter your number instead of mine. I don't want to take any calls.
Still trying to avoid your editor, huh?
Well, she wants an outline for my second book, see, and, well, I don't have an idea, let alone a plot, so...
I wish I could avoid my work as easily, but everywhere I go, I see headlines about Danny and Michelle on the run, and at least once a day. A reporter sticks a microphone in my face.
Wherever those two are, I hope they're okay.
If the police find them first, it's not going to be pleasant. And I should have seen this coming, because both of them panicked after the verdict was handed.
No, Ross, don't do that. You could not have prevented this, and you know it.
Ah, you really are spoiling me, Detective Grant.
How so?
Well, you know I love coming here, and I know you hate it.
Well, you're a big New York baller now. I can't just take you to any old place.
I'm really glad I came back. Now, I know things are not going to be fixed in one night, but I think we're off to... Vicky, you foolish girl.
Say what?
I stupidly thought that we were here tonight to have a romantic dinner. I now see that you are here to keep an eye on Ross Marlar. Aren't you?
Heard from your client, counselor?
I have several clients. Which one do you mean?
I know you were having a hard time finding grounds for appeal, but to resort to aiding and abetting an escaped prisoner?
What are you talking about, David? What is your problem?
David, I am officer of court, former district attorney. I would never condone, much less help them escape. And you would realize that if you weren't so hell-bent on repairing your wounded pride.
David, come on.
What about Jesse Blue? I suppose he's a pillar of virtue, too? I suppose that he would never fake a heart attack to save his old girlfriend?
I have no reason to believe that Jesse's heart problem was not genuine. Do you?
Well, I don't have any proof of it yet, but I do have my gut instincts.
Which seem to be clouding your judgment, Detective. You should do something about that.
Yeah, maybe you should pray that I don't find proof you were involved, counselor. Or when I do find Michelle and put her back in the tank, you'll be in a cell right next to her.
Oh, he is so far out of line. I wonder if Danny and Michelle are going to call you at some point.
I hope they don't, because if they do and they tell me where they are, I'm going to have to turn around and tell the police.
You just not take the call?
Yeah.
No, really, you could just stop taking calls, Ross. You could. Just disconnect. I mean, you're on overload. You are. I wish I could just take you to some romantic, remote island where there are no phones.
Like, what if Danny and Michelle are captured, or they turn themselves in, or something develops in the case?
Well, all right, then we could take your cell phone for the occasional checking in of the messages.
This is not wishful thinking. You have something in mind, don't you?
I was toying with this idea that I have possibly for my second book about palace romance, you know, just sort of loosely based on Cassie and Richard. And, well, I talked to Cassie about it a while ago, and she loved it. She liked the idea. She actually said I could come down to San Cristobal anytime I felt like it and just follow her around and palace life and get some details.
Come on now. If you think that we are just going to spontaneously and irresponsibly hop in a plane and fly down to San Cristobal, you better pack your bags, because we're going to be in a hurry.
You mean it?
Yes, I mean it. Overload, you're right. I'm not doing anybody any good, all right?
So we can take a break from the real world?
Yes. Let's go have some fun, all right? It's far too stressful around here.